How are you guys doing today? Great. My name's Ted. I'll be your guide and driver here. And I'll take you right down along our glacier road. You can see way back there behind us. And we'll go right to the end to a point we call the turnaround point. That's where you can walk around if you like. You can touch some of the water or the ice out there. And along the way, I'll tell you lots about the area here. All about the mountains and glaciers. It's a fascinating show of nature, and we've got a beautiful day out there for you as well. A couple of things before we head out. You're welcome to open or close the windows if you like. They slide open at the edge. And also, it's very important if you have any garbage at all. Of course, we like to keep everything nice and clean out there. So if you have anything, there's a bin up here at the front. Well, that's about it. Everybody ready? Yes. Great. Let's do it. Okay, well, just while we're up here, now this is the highest spot on our tour, so you get a great view. And you can see to the left there are those big steps of ice there going up at the end of the glacier. And that's called the head wall of the glacier. The Columbia Icefield starts at the top of that head wall. You can see a thin line of snow against the blue sky there, against the horizon. That's just the very edge of the ice field. It goes way off over the top. So that's why where we're going is the Athabasca Glacier. Now that happens to be straight down this hill and grade or an 18-degree angle. So this is one of the steepest passenger-bearing roads in all of North America that we're on right now. But fortunately, we are in a machine that is very well designed for this type of hill. This is called an Ice Explorer bus, and it's made by a company called Foremost out of Calgary here in Alberta. They make a lot of oil field equipment, so they're very used to building these big machines that can handle hills like this. But you may have noticed when we came over the very edge of the hill, I pushed a button on my right-hand side. It's called transmission lockup. And basically, it is a big engine brake which controls the engine and prevents it from over-revving. And that means that I barely have to touch the brake pedal. Most of the time, the bus just carries itself down the hill here by itself at a nice slow and steady pace to our journey here for 3 reasons. The first is that we get a nice smooth and comfortable ride down the hill and over any large bumps. We also get very good grip going along the glacier surface or back up that hill there. But the most important thing is that because these tires are so soft, they cause very little damage to the surface of the glacier. If you've been to the city of Vancouver, imagine you really could fit all of Vancouver over the ice field and you'd still have lots of extra room. Or they say you could fit 95 of New York's Central Parks onto the ice field, and they'd all fit in quite nicely. But I'll give you guys one more number to think about here. You can see all the ice that's around us here on this glacier. Certainly a very impressive amount of ice, but everything you see here is only 2% of the size of the Columbia ice field. So there's another 98% more ice ahead of us and just over the horizon there. It's just mind-boggling. So all of that makes the Columbia ice field the largest area of ice south of Alaska. Now the ice field also gets the most amount of snow of any place here in the Canadian Rockies. So every year we get about 7 meters or 23 feet of snow right here. The reason why we have so much snow is because the ice turbocharged, about 250 horsepower. But we have a lot of torque because our gear is very low, so that's what really pulls us up that steep hill and out along the glacier right now. We're quite fortunate to not have too much of an impact here on the glacier. Mostly that's thanks again to washing our tires before we drive out and keeping things as clean as possible. But you know, considering the volume of people that come up here, I mean, a good 400,000 people come and take this tour every summer. And so we certainly find a little bit of garbage and wrappers and gum. That's the biggest thing we kind of keep our eyes out for, but it certainly could be a lot worse considering the number of people. Yeah, I mean, you guys picked a great time to come because we see that a good 4,000 people here a day, a busy day in the middle of summer. And it's about half that at this time of year, maybe a couple thousand people here today, so it's not quite as busy out there. It certainly could be even more than there was right now. Hopefully you notice some of the nice blue color out here on the